We were on a roof after jumping off of a cliff. Tavern caught us with wind. And then we were like, hey, let's be sneaky. And then I totally was not sneaky. I'm pretty sure I broke a window and maybe a few pots. Anyway, we got to the castle, and then we're supposed to climb up to the balcony. And so we climbed a bunch of rope. We were trying to be a little sneaky. I actually was sneaky for once, you know. I made it up there all quiet. Harbeck almost fell, but that's fine. We pulled him up. Now we're on a balcony, and I don't know. I'm really scared. I feel like something bad's about to happen.
Hey, that's a reasonable expectation. Okay. So you're on the balcony. There's a large blue curtain in front of you. The balcony's carved from the same stone that you've seen in the walls in the castle.
Do I hear any magical signals?
Is there an Arabian princess behind it?
Brieg basically disappears as he slips up to the curtain to see what's happening, and Gargintius and Harbeck just like stomp up to it at the same time, and he realizes how foolish it is to think that there is any point in trying to be sneaky.
So
Harbeck
a couple of things that I should mention.
and decides to stomp over to the side instead of the opening, so it's easier for him to not be seen behind the curtain. Please ignore the dwarf behind the curtain.
There's a princess in there with a tiger. I'm going full Aladdin. I'm just saying.
Are you going to show me the words? Shining, shimmering.
If there's a princess in there with a tiger, that's happening. That is happening. If there's a princess in there with a tiger, that's happening.
Okay.
So I'm going to peek through the curtain where it is apparent there is an opening.
What about a forest girl with a wolf?
Well, then I will show her the colors of the world.
Okay.
The wind, the colors of the wind.
With the colors of the wind, you mean?
With the wind.
What about a Chinese girl with a dragon?
All right, so inside, Brieg.
Be a man.
Inside, you can see there's like a primary walkway that's raised slightly above some water, and like you're guessing like what appear to be some like fountain things up against the walls. Further into the room, sort of 50 feet into the room, there is another wall with blue curtains. The blue curtains extend the entire way, draping and stopping just above the water and also covering that central platform. You can't tell how deep the water is from here, but it's glassy surfaced. It's really, really calm. You don't see anything else.
I get a little bit excited that I have access to water in here, and then I remember what I just said to Tavern about the rings, and then I am a little bit disappointed.
Okay.
So I don't see anyone in this room. Is it lit at all?
There are torches inside, which I actually forgot to add as dynamic lighting objects, but that shouldn't really matter.
That's all right. So it is lit?
Yeah, there is. It is well lit inside.
And as far as I can tell, no people.
In fact, I'm just gonna. I thought I'd already turned this on. I hadn't. There we go.
Oh, that's great.
So you guys should only still be able to see inside that first room, though, right? Unless I completely balls.
Yeah. I'll turn around and kind of whisper to the group that this next room looks empty, and then I'm going to slip through the curtain and I will check for traps. Is this the kind of place where there are traps? I don't even know.
Oh, that's cool.
As Gargintius
make sure that I'm
pushes
stepping
past
carefully
me to look through the curtain, I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and just calmly remind him, remember, Brieg gets very upset if he's sneaking and we stay very close to him.
All right. I take a step back.
So I'm going to very quietly and carefully watching my step to make sure I don't
Is
step on
Orby
anything
the Wonder
scary.
Camera here? Can I send him through with Brig, or should I just send my token?
Just send your token, and
Okay.
I'll assume that you're staying reasonably close to Din,
Yeah.
because that's probably the kind of distance you would keep. Because Din knows how far to stay away from stealthy people, and you can just use Harbeck as. I didn't bring Orby over onto the map,
Yeah,
and I
that's
should
fine.
have.
I'll just
I'm
drag
terrible.
Harbeck around.
Brig, a couple of things that you've noticed now that you've actually entered the room and sort of looked. See the sort of like filigreed pattern on the floor? Now that you're standing on top of it, you realize that it is the same material that you saw the menagerie was made out of.
Oh, so the decoration is made out of starlight, or the walkway is made out of starlight?
The decoration.
Okay.
Yeah. Think like the writing on the door to the Dwarven realms, to the Mines of Moria. That kind of like filigree.
That's pretty cool. So it's like, man, how pretentious is it to decorate your house with inlaid starlight, which can only be produced by like 1 in a million people?
Pretty pretentious. Pretentious, I would imagine.
Guy's a douche, I can tell. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak up to the next little curtain, and I assume that there is a similar. This is where the opening is, kind of thing.
Yep.
Take a peek
I'm
through.
just okay. Something like that.
Okay.
Same thing. The room appears to be basically the same.
Okay. And if I stick my head in enough to peek to the sides, it appears empty.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can just move your token
Right.
to there, and you'd be able to see.
So just same deal repeats itself.
As you get closer, or as you sort of move into this room, you get this really like. I don't know if you've ever been around incredibly loud bass speakers playing like a 20 hertz tone, but you get this like really sinking, like thumping feeling in the pit of your stomach. It's unnerving.
some noise I feel rather than hear.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll kind of like stick my hand back through the curtain and motion for everybody to come up, and then I will sneak across the next one. And is it getting louder or more intense as I move up?
Yep, absolutely is.
Gross. So I'm gonna come back and talk to people. Do you guys feel that?
Hey, I think that might be the singing. You told me
Yeah,
Tristan
it's a
said
bit-
someone else was singing.
Right. It's a bit unnerving, isn't it?
That's not pleasant.
It gets more intense as you continue to move along here. Like it almost is hurting in my chest. Also, while my instinct is still to try to scout ahead and do this stealthily, I'm not sure there's any point. There doesn't appear to be anyone here, and as I see you keep trying to scratch your beard. I assume that
Right. He knows we're here.
they know we're
He's got to
they know
know.
we're coming.
Which probably means that
So-
we shouldn't stand on this likely trap floor. It seems a bit like if he knows we're coming and we're standing on the spider webs, that might be exactly where the spider wants us. Occurs to me.
I don't I don't think it's the king himself that's the singer, though. I could be wrong.
Not in the water.
Yeah, don't go in the water either. That's probably not wise.
What's wrong with the water?
It's wet.
I don't know, but
There's nowhere for me to stand.
that's perfect right there. I'm gonna peek through this next one.
All right. You peek through the curtain. All right.
I'm going to move the camera to the curtain, but Harbeck stays about where he is.
Okay. Brig, you see an elven man, wearing regal-looking robes. He's showing the signs of age, which is strange, because you don't really remember seeing many old elves. He's not showing the signs of age in that he looks old or frail or weak. He just looks venerable, but otherwise hale and hearty and healthy. He is sitting on a throne made entirely out of woven starlight, the same stuff that is patterning the floor that you're currently standing on, with his hands resting on the arms of the chair. The chair itself is set on a dais, which has the same filigree running through it that the actual floor does, and seems to be connected in some way. His eyes are shut and he is murmuring to himself.
So I'm gonna, very quietly just let go of the little piece of curtain that I pulled aside to peek in there, and say, "So is our plan here?" I'll whisper this to probably Tabarin. Is our plan here to kill this person? If assuming that we can do that.
I don't know that we can, and we need to. Is the person singing?
Isn't the point to just make it stop
Quietly
talking?
murmuring to himself, I think that I might be able to sneak up on him, and I'm just not sure if I should do that, and then stick a dagger in him, sort of thing.
Brig, what if
Just
someone
get his
just
attention?
casts silence on him, and
I wish Brig had
Tresson
picked
can.
me for this message.
Oh,
I want to respond to it.
We need to get him to stop muttering.
Okay, I will repeat my question to Harbeck is the next person that I would consult with.
Can I come in there?
Brig, what was behind the curtain?
So I'll say out loud. There's a old elf sitting in a throne with his eyes closed, murmuring. I don't know if he's aware of us or not. I don't think so yet, and I'm trying to decide what to do.
So don't shoot him.
Or maybe shoot him. I don't know.
maybe just cast silence on him.
Brig,
I don't have that spelled.
Brig.
It's not a thing that I can do.
I'm going to say 2 words
Yeah.
to you. Elf. Terran. You just go. You do your thing. You don't feel bad. Go.
So shoot him.
But I've come so far since then, making me regress.
We can just
He's an
coordinate.
enabler.
I could shoot him.
I am going to.
If we're gonna
sneak
do
into
it, we're
the
gonna do
room.
it fast, and we're all gonna do it.
We're going to let
Oh,
Brig
this
sneak
is
in
a
there.
horrible
Just
idea.
start it up.
Yeah, let me. You sneak the rogue behind the guy, and then everyone attacks. That's the plan.
All right.
So I'm gonna try to sneak up on him.
As Brig is preparing,
Plan.
Harbeck's going to loosen a drink from his belt. What do I have?
Tabarin's preparing a spell.
I have. Those are not useful.
As I get to the steps, like actually up to the dais, I'm going to pause for a second and inspect the steps and see if I see anything that, like, I don't know, maybe he's trapped them or alarmed them somehow.
Roll an Arcana check for me, please.
Oh, an Arcana check. Okay.
Okay. You couldn't see them initially from range because, it's floor level and you don't have a lot of height. So inspecting things drawn on the ground from a distance is not one of your fortes. Now that you're right up against the dais, though, underneath the silver filigree, you can see the faint blue glow of arcane runes ringing the actual chair itself. On that lowest step level.
On that lowest step level.
Yep.
Damn it.
Do I have any sense at all what that is?
No. It's clearly some kind of magic circle, whether it's an alarm, a trap, a barrier, you're not sure.
So I'm going to carefully, I'm not actually going to step on the step, I'm just going to push my hand kind of over where it would be, trying to feel if it's like a wall of force or something that's going to prevent my arching from arching.
Okay. Everybody roll initiative, please.
Okay, can I finish doing my... Or am I out of time? I wanted to get one more spell ready while we still had time and surprise. Do I have time for that?
Well, Brieg was moving very slowly.
Okay, so I wanted to hit Bless. And I'm going to hit Brieg and Din and Girgintius with Bless. So they get D4s on, everything for the next 10 rounds of combat. Attack rolls and saving throws. They get D4s. And the other thing I wanted to do was prep, because my spells take a round of prep and then a round of going.
Yep.
So I want to prep Guiding Bolt to be ready to cast in the first round of combat.
Guiding Bolt.
What
does Guiding Bolt
should
do?
Have effects or something. I have a description, and I did not write the effect. It grants advantage to an attacker and does a bunch of damage.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay, so everybody needs to roll their initiative check. I need to roll my initiative check.
I need to click my token, which is over here.
That was a really good roll.
Haha!
No, guys, hey.
Initiated.
Oh, gosh.
I don't like the name of that. That is the worst name we've seen in the turn order list, including the Hoog.
And the lake.
It's the Immortal King.
Really, when you are about to enter combat, you don't want adjectives with which you could describe the thing you're about to fight. Immortal is really low on the list. Really low.
It's probably not the adjective that you're looking for. Brieg, as you outstretch your hand and break the bounds of that initial circle, the elf's eyes snap open almost immediately. And he lifts his hands from the armrest, and it surprises you, and it surprises the rest of the party. You weren't expecting that. And he immediately takes his turn. So he starts casting a spell. And he also takes a legendary action. So the spell he casts, you see two glowing circles appear here and here, and a moment later, that happens.
Good, as long as it's not anything, absolutely terrible.
So that's a thing. And then after he does that, he casts a second spell, and you see like a visible wall of force appear around him, and then he places his hands back down on the arms of the chair and continues murmuring to himself. And that is going to be his turn. Brig. It is your action.
Well, clearly, the correct move here is murder a dinosaur.
Is murder a dinosaur? I should give you a description. These things, their body is definitely reptilian and scaly, but more akin to a crocodile than like a snake or a dragon. They have a spiny crest running down the entire length of their body, and their heads are bobbing and weaving. They're very, very active.
Bob and weave.
Anybody?
Murder a dinosaur is relatively accurate.
Yeah, kind of dinosaur-y. Anybody with survival or probably arcana or religion or Harbeck, because Harbeck knows things.
Yes.
Anybody with one of those skills can roll to see if they know what these creatures are, because they're...
I'll choose religion.
Okay.
I'll choose the one that I actually have.
It's a dinosaur.
It is not a dinosaur. Brig, Din, and Harvick. So yes, Brig, Din, and Harvick. All of you are aware that the two creatures facing you are hydras.
No. Are those the ones that get more heads
hydras.
when you make them not have heads?
Yes.
Okay, don't cut the heads off.
Yeah,
Where do we kill it?
Not in the head?
Good
Maybe,
call.
I don't know what happens. I mean, if you cut the head off, it grows two new heads. But maybe if you just punch the head to paste, it doesn't grow new heads. I don't actually know. I've never heard a story of a hydra's head being punched into paste. They seem to come off real easy. And I guess if that's how you reproduce, you make sure that the ligaments and the bones there sort of guide the knife through. It's part of your anatomy.
Don't die.
This is the conversation we're having right now?
No,
This
no,
is the
notice
last
this is
conversation
my
we're
out-of-character
having.
voice.
Oh, okay.
Hydra anatomy.
Brig, did you just...
Whose
step
turn is
in
it?
there?
Brig, do something, will you?
So, here I am not adjacent to that thing, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Is this adjacent to the thing?
It certainly is, and as you move in, one of its only head snakes around and snaps at you. Will I hit you with
Almost certainly.
an 18?
You will.
You take 13 points of snappy, bitey damage.
Yes. The damage types are too limited
Okay.
if you don't make your own up.
This is
I
very
am
true.
going to cast True Strike. And then I'm going to just use my offhand attack because an attack without advantage is useless for me. So True Strike is an action. It gives my next attack advantage, and then I'll use my bonus action to stab a thing with my offhand.
Okay. I have a little bit of...
I miss
vomit.
Briggs dice.
Oh, sorry. Let me actually roll that again because I forgot to do it with advantage.
More dice.
And you forgot Harbeck's extra, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, you have a D4 too on your attack roll.
That should actually be in there. I put
Yeah, it is in there.
on the front page of my character sheet. I told it to add a D4 to all of those things.
Neat.
Oh, I could do that.
Yep.
I'll just do it externally.
21 will hit. You lash out at it as it takes a chunk out of you and leave a big rending gash in its neck. And you hit it for, what was it, 20?
No, not the neck. I want to stab it in the not neck.
28 piercing damage.
It's okay. It was piercing, not slashing. It's really hard to pierce something all the way off.
Oh god. All
You
my
blew it up
weapons,
for a
all my
high.
only weapon slashes.
I think
How much
4
was
of
it? 28?
that is... Sorry?
Is lightning damage?
Yeah, some of that is lightning damage.
Yep. Okay. That means you have that much HP left. Okay. And...
2 of the 28 was shock damage.
Okay.
Probably doesn't matter.
All right. That is all you're doing for your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Gargantius, you're next.
All right, this is going to be a long shot here. Gonna do one of these. Gonna do the thing. Add superior. I should have added the superiority dice in there. It's a D10. I think it's a D10. Let me see, what level am I at? It is a D10. And I'm going to hold my other 2 attacks for Parma.
All right. So 26 for 13 slashing damage. I have a bunch of typing that I need to do. As well. We'll be moving on to Harvick next. In fact, I don't have to type more than that. I think that's
No, it's
enough.
22 damage.
Oh, sorry, 22. Right, an extra 9, so down to that. Harvick.
Yeah.
That thing just happened. I'm just going to explain it out loud because this is going to be fine. Nobody else is about to see what you see, but you see it.
Okay.
So, Harvick, your beard gets hotter than it has before. It's like uncomfortable, and the person across you is diametrically opposed to you. You can tell, like you can just tell, and your eyes sort of cloud over and your vision goes slightly foggy and you blink once or twice, and as you blink once or twice and your vision clears, the scene before you changes completely. The 2 creatures that you're fighting here, the 2 hydras that are standing in front of you, are not, in fact, living creatures. They're not. They're skeletal masses of, like, basically bony armored plates, and clearly undead, not living creatures. And the man sitting on the throne, who looked to be a hale and hearty venerable elf, is definitely not a hale and hearty venerable elf. He is a desiccated corpse with flesh sloughing off his bones, surrounded by a miasma of pestilence and just horrificness. And across all of that, rotting flesh of this corpse human thing that is sitting in that chair, you see sort of glittering black lines very similar to some tattoos that you have seen in the past, and you are immediately certain that what you're seeing is true. In fact, you know in your heart of hearts that he possesses the Tyrant's Octrust.
Well, how do we best take advantage of this information? Din, what is it you hate the most?
Dead things.
Well, I promise you that under his illusion, that's exactly what you're looking at. Harbeck takes 2 steps forward and launches that guiding bolt I had prepared at the king folk guy. Let's see if it works this time. Hey, I rolled dice!
He has a wall of force around him.
Didn't he have like a force field?
Just kidding. At the Hydra.
Okay,
Maybe we should like draw one of these.
Which one are you firing at, Harbeck?
The one that, well, I guess those two have this one locked up. We'll hit the southern one and have Din have advantage on her attack.
Is this one scared of me?
So 18 radiant damage is okay. And Din, the Hydra to the south, is lit up like a Christmas tree. You can almost pick out its anatomy. You feel you could definitely hit it with a very, very powerful shot. Harbeck, are you doing anything else with your turn, or is that it?
Bonus actions. I should probably use one. Let's see. What does Brig need? Gargantius is enough for Brig to have all the advantage he needs to do infinity damage, right?
Yeah, I just need a thing to be next to the thing that I'm stabbing.
Okay. Then I'm going to go be the thing next to this thing down here. And I'm going to use my bonus action for defense. Patient defense. What's it called? Yeah, patient defense.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a key point, take a dodge action, and also kind of point eyes at the immortal king. And I don't know how to best be menacing, but like, if I can put on a face that says, I see you, and I know you're not what you're projecting. I don't know how much emotion you can fit in a face, but that's the idea. That's the look.
That's what you're trying, that's what you're going for.
Yeah, he needs to know
understand.
that I know what he knows he is not.
Okay. Din, it is your action. Also, why did my music stop? Let's go for something like this.
I'm going to shoot this guy.
Okay.
2 times. Because I get to do that.
All right. Now, sorry, so Guiding Bolt gives you advantage?
And she has D4s
Okay.
if she needs them to make those attacks.
Yeah, no.
land. It doesn't look like she needs... If she needs D4s to make those attacks land, we should all leave right now.
I'm pretty sure she's got the D4 added in there, right?
The D4 is in there, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you hit him for 22 thundering fancy metal piercing damage, which is the best kind of damage.
32.
Yeah.
32.
32?
32. 22 brings you down to 132. Okay. And anything else you'd like to do with your actions, Dan?
Not right now. I'm thinking about
Nope,
force
okay.
fields.
Tabarin, it is your action, sir.
Alright, I'm going to start by casting Hex on a Hydra.
Okay.
We're going to pick the red one up top.
So do you think that
Okay.
Hydras actively try to get themselves hit in the neck? Like they move it in the way of swings?
As I move the Hex around, they have disadvantage on con saves, whoever's hexed.
Okay. Is it a bonus feat or something from...
It's just part of Hex. I get disadvantage on my pick of saving throw.
Okay.
And then that was a bonus action, so we were going to blast it 3 times.
1, 2, and
Oh.
3. That's unfortunate. Is that including the bonus damage, or do you need to roll the bonus damage as well?
Bonus damage is added in.
Okay, excellent. So that's a total of 36 damage. 36 force damage. Excellent. And anything else you want to do with your actions?
That is it.
Okay, we're back to the top of the initiative order, and the Immortal King and his denizens. Harvick, another thing that you've noticed, now that you've sort of stopped glaring at the king and started to focus on the Hydra, is that those lovely water fountains that were adorning the wall, the 6 fountains, they aren't water fountains. You can see the twisted forms of tormented souls sort of caged within some kind of energy field, some kind of evil energy field. And each of those fountains has sort of tendrils of dark, chaotic energy sort of wisping through the air towards the throne and the shield around the High King.
Oh.
All right, so first thing that happens is both Hydras have sustained enough damage.
Their heads fall off and they become extra Hydra-y? Terrible.
That this happens.
Do I know what they are now?
Yeah, so now Gargintius realizes what they are. The king does not seem to be taking any actions. He is just murmuring under his breath and sitting behind his shiny force field. The Hydras, however, are going to snap at Gargintius. So the first one snaps at Gargintius.
They didn't need to come
we were
all the
told
way
not
off.
to do that.
They just get
Thank
thrown
God I
once.
Parma twice.
All right. So the first Hydra snaps at you twice, Gargintius. And you are using Parma defense, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Did I beat them?
Did those include your D-Force?
No. Oh, I didn't do 2d4s then.
It doesn't matter. You beat them. You beat them anyway.
Okay. Okay, got
so
it.
yes, you do manage to beat them. So the heads lash out at Gargintius, and he basically just sticks his sword in the way of each attack. And the bites never make it through, and instead the Hydras basically slam their heads into his greatsword. So that's 31 points of damage. And you're at that many, so... Okay. And the second Hydra snaps at you twice, Harvick.
With disadvantage, because I'm dodging.
Okay. The first attack... Will a 19 hit?
Yeah. 17.
And the second attack.
Your target.
Okay.
Don't you have the
19 and
mage armor
20.
ring?
What? Oh, I do. Yeah. How does that work? I just get to throw it up like once.
It's always 4. Always 4 extra.
Oh, I just
AC.
have 4
It's always
extra
4
AC.
Yep.
Never, my AC is 21.
Okay, so I only hit you once then. 4. That's 10 points of damage.
Okay, dokie.
And that, as they say, is that. Bree, back to your turn.
So, how much do I know about hydras?
You
I was
know
able to
that the
identify-
only...
So I was able to identify that these are them, but how
Yes.
beyond that, what do I know about them?
You know that it is incredibly difficult to kill a Hydra. What was your exact roll on the knowledge?
That is a great question. It was a 21.
21. You know that they're very difficult to kill. You know that they grow more heads as their heads are damaged or destroyed. And you know that they are voraciously hungry and always, highly, highly aggressive.
So I'm
But
trying
that's about
to. I'm really trying to determine, should I just stab this thing more, or should I use fire? Fire help. I know that it sometimes is useful against things that regenerate. These things grow back heads. Would fire keep that from happening?
You're not aware of any specific weakness, as far as you know. It is worth noting, though, that Harbeck, you are aware that a typical Hydra would be weak against fire. It would stop them from regenerating additional heads.
Yeah.
But you are also aware that these are not typical Hydras.
Right. So when the second head spawned, what did I see? I mean, is it just whatever weird undead skeleton Hydra also grew a head?
Pretty much.
Okay.
It's just instead of a fully formed, fleshy, like, normal-looking Hydra head, it's a grotesque, putrefying mass of rotten flesh and bone.
Okay.
But clearly, an extra head.
Yeah. So radiant damage didn't prevent it on this one,
Nope.
which would be my guess when they're undead.
Okay.
17 hit.
A 17 will not hit.
I see an 18 on that D20.
I see a 2.
Maybe the display is showing me weird things, but the dice
Yeah,
physics borked.
The dice roller says I got a 2
Okay.
on the.
Yeah.
It's showing a 2 on mine.
Yeah, my dice
Yeah.
physics. just
Mine has
I-
17.
A 2 will miss.
Okay. It's okay. I have an offhand.
Good night.
Let me distract you with my main hand while my offhand removes all of your organs. 45?
40. 45.
Yeah, that's. There
Get some
are
pog champs in
that-
chat for that.
In that pile of d6s, there are 5 6s. So
Yeah.
there's 6 for the shock damage, and then 6, 6, 5, 6, 3, 6, 4 for my sneak attack damage. That was
Pretty good.
solid.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. The Hydra's still up, though.
Like within a handful of the most that I can possibly do.
Yeah, that's big.
Okay. Brie, are you going to be doing anything else with your turn?
No, so that's action and bonus action, and then I'm kind of keeping the my shield spell at the ready for when it turns around and tries to eat my face.
Okay. All right. We're on to Gergintius. Gergintius, what are you going to do?
This is going to be a horrible idea, but I'm going to try and outright kill it on the spot. But to stop from the annoyances, how do I add that 4 so I don't have to add it to 12 attacks?
So on the core stats page, under your ability scores, there's a little area for bonuses and penalties. If you just put 1d4 in the add to attack rolls, melee, ranged, and saving throws, it will roll that automatically anytime you do those things.
1d4 melee damage. Wait, do I get it for damage? I don't think I do.
Not damage,
Not damage,
just
just
attack
attack.
rolls
No.
and saving throws.
Melee works and save. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3. Then we are going to action surge. Where is the button for action surge? Anyway, I'm doing 3 more attacks. And I can reroll the damage for one of those. And I think that one... No, do I have the thing for ones turn into rerolls?
It says reroll 1s and
Maybe.
2s.
Not on attack rolls, right?
Oh.
No, that was for damage. There's another
that's
one
damage.
for ones.
There's gotta be a way to program that into the damage.
No, I don't-
calculation.
Yeah,
I don't
read a
have the-
macro
okay.
that did that, but I don't know if you can put it.
So
in
that
the
last attack is
character sheet
actually
to do
1,
that.
but that's fine. So, but that 3 is added to the... That's a 7 slashing for the... No, wait, no, it's not. 3 plus 4 plus 7... There you
It's
go.
2 damage. That 12 is
So it's 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's... Sorry for all the additional damage, but I mean,
That's right. So we get...
I hope I killed it in 1 turn.
Plus... 34 plus... 1, 2...
This is my gamble at this point.
It's 54... 62...
I am reading
5 times...
81 damage there.
No, the last attack missed. Well, 2 of the attacks
65.
missed.
Yeah.
Did the first?
Oh, the first
65,
attack
I
missed?
think. No, 67.
Yeah, 67.
Yep.
Yep. And there were 4 hits. It goes down. Sorry,
This is either
trying to imagine
really
my head,
horrible or
which
really
is great.
great.
All right, Gergintius swings wildly, frenetically, slashing at the Hydra 6 times, and yet it stands its ground.
Oh, dang it.
And that's going to be it for Gergintius' turn. Harvick,
All right.
it is your action.
Tell me about these fountains again. They are dark energy that's powering. It looks like it's powering the force field.
Well, it's somehow magically linked to him and his throne and his force field in
Okay.
some way, yes.
Yep. Is the same energy coming from the fountains of the previous rooms? Is it coming in through the walls? Or am I just seeing it out of these 2 in front of, like in this room?
It's sort of snaking through the curtain. It appears to be coming from all of the fountains. You can see 6 tendrils extending from the throne area.
As distracting as they may be, I think these hydras are a distraction. The fountains are powering his shield. Do the fountains look smushable? Is this a thing I can go, like, disrupt somehow? Is there a... I don't know how to stop the fountain.
Well, I mean, it's what science is for, right? I mean, basically what you're seeing is a ball of tormented souls floating above what is effectively an empty fountain.
Okay. So it doesn't have any analog in the illusion.
No.
It's there in the empty space.
Yep.
How do... I have key-powered strikes. I can punch magic. This is my favorite thing about monks, is that punching just is fine and works. So... I'm going to go punch the fountain. Oh, I guess if I want to disengage from this Hydra...
It'll snap at you.
Me? There's no, like, disengage this way and then have 40 move and it's fine.
No.
It's like a whole move action to get away.
The heads on the Hydras are on very long snake-like necks. You noticed when Brieg was trying to close distance with the Hydra, it had exceptional reach with its heads.
Right, it got all the way behind it. Oh, I can spend a key point to disengage, though. Which should let me safely go try to punch the air over the fountain and let everyone know that I am, in fact, completely insane.
So the disengage action, I believe, lets you move half your distance without triggering attacks of opportunity. Half your move speed is what I mean
As a
when I
bonus
say half
action.
your distance.
So I can
Because
still use
key
my
points.
move, also. So I'm gonna get over here and swing a fist, magic monk fist, through the swirly energy. It's gonna go great. I assume I roll an attack.
You do, yeah.
Okay, time to punch the nothing. I am literally attacking the darkness. As in the D&D meme.
Shouting into the void, if you will.
Wow,
you did a
I am
good
attacking
job.
it poorly.
That is like a self.
This is literally the worst roll that you could have made there.
I could have gotten
Minimum
slightly less
damage.
damage. That is a thing.
Could you?
Yeah, I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Baseball
Yeah, you got three
slides
on one of those
underneath
dice.
a Hydra to punch himself in front of a fountain.
I guess it only counted the one because D20 rolls all your stuff twice. I get to attack twice per turn though, so I'm gonna. The left hook was no good. Maybe the right jab will get there.
Yeah, you were thrown off by the fact that you were basically trying to punch the air. It was kind of awkward.
Don't pull your punches against the air, Harbeck. It can't punch you back.
That's true. All right, so this time, not expecting that bone-crunching, satisfying feeling. We're just gonna swing like it's air, like we do in practice. Tai Chi. 18's reasonable.
Okay. Give me 2d6, please.
All right. This is the damage I take for touching this thing. So smart.
All right. Harbeck, when you punch it, you feel good about punching it.
Yes.
And you hit it with a solid thud. There seems to be some kind of invisible shell around it, and as you punch it, you can visibly see it crack. Like you didn't realize it was an invisible shell, but you can see it crack. However, it seems to be holding mostly intact at the moment. However,
Is this something that's visible from us? I mean, he sees the dark matter, but we see him punch a fountain. What do we see from that?
all you see is him swing a fist that stops very abruptly in midair above the fountain. That's all you can see.
I imagine there's a good solid meat sound as my big ham fist crashes into a thing.
Yeah, it sounds like you made contact with something. If you can hear it over the Hydra's snarling. Harbeck, you take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Gross.
Yeah. For punching that thing. And is that all you're going to be doing with your actions?
Those
turn?
were all of my actions. I had to use the move and the bonus to get away from the Hydra.
Okay. Din, it is your action.
Cool. So I just saw Harbeck punch the air, and I've decided that seems like a good idea. So I'm going to take a step inside this room and shoot this one and see if magic happens.
Oh, you can't even see it.
Nope, I'm just going to shoot at ish where you punched the other one.
Oh, so much arrows.
It's real loud, y'all.
Okay, Din, your 2 arrows slam into the wall behind the fountain, disrupting the water and sending it flying through the air. But you just shot the wall twice. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your action?
Harbeck. Yeah, actually, I want to send Arian. I would like him to dash at the king. Just over here somewhere. See if he can get around the force field.
Okay.
Go get him. Go get him, little doggy.
Do you not have control of Arian?
I do not.
Controlled by... You should have control of Arian. You now have control of Arian.
I can click on him now. I do now.
Okay. Tabron, it is your turn.
Red Hydra's
Din.
been hit a lot. Does it look to be phased by the attacks? Like,
well, I mean, it's been slashed and hacked at and stabbed and stuff, but it's acting like it's not in any kind of pain. You are also familiar with Hydras. They are fearless and highly aggressive. They're likely to fight until their dying breath, so it's very difficult for you to judge how badly
know
hurt
whether
they
it's
are.
going to be dying or not. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Din, you feel there's this old feeling that you used to have when you were out hunting with your pack. That feeling of being part of a team and being connected with the wolves in your pack. And that feeling starts to sort of wash over you. And it's comforting. And you feel like somebody's got your back. Tavern, sorry, you continue.
Yeah, I'm going to blast the red Hydra with Eldritch Blast. Crit miss and hit.
For a total of 26 damage. 9 plus 5 is 14, 26.
26.
Okay, yep.
And then I don't want the other Hydra coming up and biting me, so I'm going to back up behind the curtain to about here-ish.
Okay. Right. And that means that we're moving on to the next turn. Correct? Yes, good. All right. Back to the top of the initiative. All of the wounds on that Hydra start to vanish and are replaced by several more heads.
Oh god, I knew this was a bad idea.
So
Stop
is the
hitting
plan
it! Hit
just
the air
keep
over
hitting-
the fountains, obviously.
Do we just keep hitting
I
it
couldn't
until
see
it
that
has
part.
too many heads that they just like can't all attach to the same neck? And
I'm about to get attacked by 5. Oh my god.
That's
We just
what
keep
you
fighting
do, right?
until there's just solid mass of head that can't move because
I
they're all
think it's
so
just
close
gonna
together.
attack me.
If cartoons
Yeah.
have taught me anything, you get it to tie itself in knots.
Perfect.
Maybe
Okay.
you could get it to, maybe you could get it to get so dense that a small black hole forms.
Just increase the density until you get a black hole. Yeah, I like
The
it.
singularities.
Okay. I just have to quickly look up a spell.
Rip me.
Bear with me.
It's okay, Nima. They only do like, we've seen them do what, 8 and then 13 damage.
10.
13
Yeah.
to me.
It's okay. You can take 5 hits.
But
Just stop making
We
more
don't
hits.
know if those were the low end. It could maybe hit upwards of 30 each.
All right. So the second Hydra is now alone and wants to eat something.
Oh god. Oh.
So it's going to go try and chomp on Din. It actually doesn't even need to get that close. You can. I shouldn't have it on an angle. Okay, there we go. It's just going to stand there and chomp. All right. So before we roll the attacks, Harbeck, I need you to roll me a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Is your window open?
You have advantage on the saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Save. Save the most.
Actually, no, you don't.
I have a lot of resistances to wisdom stuff. If it's
Well, you've got to see the truth.
right, and I also have like some monk
So-
stuff. If it's, I mean, see the truth is good against mind-altering effects like illusions and stuff. But also, like, I have monk resistances to fears and things.
This is a dominate effect, so a charm effect, which I don't think you have any innate immunities to, except for the fact that you have see the truth active
I
at the moment.
I
So-
can use my action to end one charm or frightened effect. So I will lose one action if I get dominated. I didn't.
Okay. What was your wisdom saving throw? Just 20.
I only rolled it once because I am bad at clicking the button to roll it twice. It's okay. The first one was the right one.
20, and my DC is 21. Okay, Harvick, you hear a raspy, ancient voice in your mind. That just says, "Stop that," and you feel compelled to stop.
Okay.
You just stand there for a moment until you get an action. All right, the two Hydras. Hydra number one. Let's go with Blue Hydra is going to attack Din, and we'll roll those checks. What is it? What's that? Yeah. Bite number one is a 14.
That will
And
not
bite
hit
number
me.
2 is a 14. It lashes out at you twice, but misses. Gargantius. 19, 27,
Yes.
18,
Equal.
18. Yeah, equals
Equal.
good enough. And 14. So 3 hits. 4, a total of... $45 points of damage. as all
Okay.
five heads lunge at you violently. And
So
take several
39.
dicey things. And
There you
that
go.
is it for the Immortal King. Let's move on to Brieg.
Brieg is not 100% sure what to do here. So I will just keep stabbing a thing.
This is working so well. Let's continue it.
I know.
It's obviously correct.
How much health could it possibly have left?
Yeah, that'll hit for 39 piercing damage, plus a little bit of cold.
Yes, plus some cold. And then, because you gotta do the...
Oh.
How did you go from 45 on that attack to 4?
So
I
many
only get to
zeros.
I only get to sneak attack once.
The variance.
Turn. So
The
I
variance.
So I hit with the main hand and got the sneak attack, and then
Oh.
the offhand doesn't get to sneak attack.
4 damage though.
If I can
Oh,
taunt
dear.
it, maybe you could do it next again.
If you can somehow get me an attack on not my action, I can sneak attack then.
Ooh, I could do
You-
that.
You could stack me up a lot of damage if you can
Yeah, I have
the
that.
attack
It's
out
a
turn.
commanding strike.
Yeah, you can. That is absolutely a lovely thing to do for rogues.
All right, Gargantius, your action.
Well, may as well.
When you take the
I get
attack
to-
action on your turn, you can forgo one of your attacks and use a bonus action to direct one of your companions to strike. When you do so, choose a friendly creature who can see or hear you and expend one superiority die. That
Except
creature
I
can
can't
immediately
roll.
use its reaction to make one
Oh,
weapon attack.
add a D10 to that.
to the damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
don't think my
I wish I
16
made
is
you
gonna
roll
hit.
that. Oh, my bad. I wasn't looking at. I was looking at the 36.
Unfortunately, Brieg misses with his extra stabby.
Does that include
But you still get to make your other 2 attacks.
Worst.
I'm holding them
Oh wait, did you
because
use your
5.
D4?
Yeah, it's in there.
Brieg?
Yeah, it's included
That's
in
in
there.
there.
I rolled a. I got
Sadly.
a 3 on the die.
Yeah, that's terrible. All right, so you get to make your 2 extra attacks, Gargantius. Because
I'm going to hold them because yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to Harbeck. Harbeck, you feel compelled to stop. That's what you've been told to do.
I don't stop. I turn glibly to the disgusting king, throw up in my mouth a little, because I can see him. I let him see me throw up in my mouth a little, because I can see him. And then I just say, "Nay, I didn't think I will stop." That's my action, though. So I only have moves
Yeah,
and bonus
sorry.
actions left. How hard would it be for me to, like, smudge something dirty or something on this as part of my move or bonus action? I just want to, like, smear this thing so other people can see it. Like,
Depends on
throw a
what you've
cloth
got
over it, tie a
to
rope
hide.
to it, drape a
Flower.
sneeze on it. Maybe that little bit of throw up in my mouth because I looked at the king. I could just like barf on it. Something like.
The easiest thing for you to do would be to tear off a small portion of your robe and like sit it on top of this sphere.
Yeah. You know what? You know what? As long as we're grossing each other out, I'm just gonna take my whole pants off. That's faster than tearing fabric. I'm just gonna put my pants. And then announce to everyone
You're
boldly,
not getting those back.
standing with my hands on my hips, shoot him in my pants!
He's not getting those back.
Okay.
him in my
That's
pants.
going to be the end of Harbeck's turn. So now everybody in the party can, well, everybody except Tabrin, because there's a big curtain in the way. But everybody else in the party can see, basically, Harbeck's pants are now floating in the air above the water fountain.
How do you do
that's
that?
the thing. Din. It's your
Yeah.
action.
Din.
Damage 8 ghost wolves.
Din now has 8 more friends because she was feeling lonely.
Oh, that's cool.
They just keep happening. They're so magical.
We hear 8 Arus.
Yep.
As they
Uh,
spawn in.
actually, let me just. I'm going to, because I would like you to have control
guys.
of them. I think, so that you can move them around, because I think that's pretty important. So I can set them so that they're controllable by Din. Save changes, and then I can copy them and start pasting them. And you should get access to all of them,
Yeah.
hopefully.
I don't
5,
know
6,
how much
7.
else I can do in this turn.
That takes your full action. But you can move the walls.
Cool. So, alright. You stay here. You and nope, that doesn't work. You and you and you. So
So much wolf.
him. You guys go attack this thing with him. Well, okay, but don't stand in the whole wall. That's terrible.
This is almost an RTS at this point.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
You're comfortable with that?
If you leave
I'm
3
feeling
of them
good.
right next to that Hydra, then clever girls
Yeah.
gives
Right.
gives a
But-
disadvantage
oh,
on it.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be Din's turn. Basically, Din gets all emotional and lets out a howl. And her wolf pack comes to answer. Tabrin, it's now your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna move back up a little bit here. And I am going to cast her Dark Delirium on the bottom Hydra.
Okay.
Needs to make a Wisdom save DC 18.
What is my wisdom saving throw? Not great.
Shouldn't be great. Oh, we've
natural
been playing
20.
for
Never
too
mind.
long. Uvu is doing that thing it does where everybody's cameras go away.
Video cannot.
Video cannot.
That
Cannot.
is incredibly unfortunate.
Yeah, it was a natural 20. Sorry about that.
Super sad.
Oh, you're
Video
good.
cannot.
And then
Okay.
that was my action, so I will use my bonus action and Hypodermic Needle Gargantius.
All right. 4,
6 hit points.
6 HP.
I just heard that wrong, and it was hypodermic needle, which I know like literally
Yeah.
means you just put it on the outside of your skin
Hypodermic.
instead of through, but still sounds fun.
That's excellent. All right, back to the top of the initiative order. This Hydra took a bunch of damage. so it goes away.
Oh!
Yes.
And comes back with 18
And
heads?
comes back.
Yeah, there we go. I was very excited for a moment when the new one didn't appear immediately.
How many heads do you have there hidden in the darkness?
What? I got a few.
Look at all the space that he has over there in the darkness.
We've got to be getting close to the point where it can't control all of its heads at once. I think we're getting to that moment where it's going to get front heavy and just fall over.
Yeah, I think each head has a brain, so control isn't the problem. It's just like the legs give out, and you take 3 steps away from it, and it just sits there completely useless.
Eventually. Okay. The man sitting on the throne has stopped murmuring for the moment and decides to cast a spell.
Oh no.
He
Stop
is
murmuring.
He is going to cast a spell. He is going to cast... I think it's going to be this spell, but I'm just going to check. Hang on. Bear with me. Where is it? Excuse me. I will get there. The PDF is loading very slowly. That's the problem. I wish I had my paper copy. I do not, unfortunately.
I can't see you because video cannot, but the sound of the scroll wheel just like I hear the pain of trying to look at a PDF of a source book.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. It's a great sound.
So, if he's trying to mass cure wounds on us, it's let me give you the details on that real quick. Yeah, it's 3d8, and you do add your ability modifier.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not what he's casting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but he is definitely...
What if we cure wounds on the Hydras and it makes their heads go away?
But then I have to keep killing them extra more.
Do you really think this is going to work? Do they just eventually die of this?
I'm pretty sure it gets worse and
I'm
worse
pretty
and worse.
sure it has a health
die.
pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys did
I think
remember
it's near
your
death.
extra 18 temp hit points, right?
Yeah, I removed it first.
Good.
Okay.
I didn't. I'm giving myself back some hit points.
You weren't on you were on the balcony. That's why.
He would have had it before from the previous episode.
Oh, true.
That is it's 20-foot radius, so it's twice as big as that.
Gross. Mass Cure Wounds is actually 30-foot radius. I think you can get all
1,
of
2,
them.
3, 4, 7. Yeah, it's that big. Oh, cancel that one. All right.
Wait, that's the size of the mass cure wounds?
No, that is not the size of the mass cure wounds.
I keep trying.
All right. So, the guy looks up and points over at you again, Harvick, clearly frustrated.
I throw up in my mouth a little.
And, well, you might want to, get that out of your mouth because you're about to have to hold your breath. He creates a 20-foot sphere of yellow-green fog centered around the orb that you're standing next to. It's this thick, horrible fog that is choking and acidic and is really uncomfortable for you. But that's basically all he's going to be doing, and its effects will take place at the start of your turn. Hydra number 1 is going to snippy snap at a couple of wolves. There's my attack roll. There it is. So I hit both times on
With
the
disadvantage
first
because
wolf.
there's so many wolves and they're clever.
Oh, right, disadvantage. Okay, so the first attack hits. I forgot about Clever Girl. The second attack also hits. I rolled really well. For a total of... what's the base HP on a wolf, Den? Did you write that down when you did the...
Looking.
11.
44
Oh.
is what my
Are they
wolf
all
has.
like your,
Do I need to know
are
that?
they all like your super wolf, or are they just normal
Yes.
wolves?
They're just like normal wolves.
Oh, I don't have
It's
that.
11.
It's 11?
11.
Okay. As it snaps twice at that wolf, the wolf dissipates and vanishes into the ether. But that's all that guy's going to do. The other Hydra is going to snap at Gargintius. A lot.
Can I pick which ones I try and deflect, or should I just do the first two?
You've just got to... you can nominate them before I roll the damage if you want, but... I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be 2 hits without knowing the damage roll, so...
RNG, the fourth and third, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm rolling 8. This is going to take a little while. There's a lot of heads. What is your armor class, Gargintius?
18.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6 of the heads hit. So,
This should be awesome.
alright.
That
So you wanted to go for you were going to parry the 3rd and 4th attacks?
yes.
Okay. What do we got? We got... Alright. And your attack rolls were 34 and 18.
Yes.
You successfully deflect one of the attacks and deal 14 damage.
Okay. I didn't know I dealt damage on that part. I should add it for Parma.
Yeah, it does. If you manage to deflect, you do damage. That's why it's a strong ability. Which means that 4 more attacks need to go through, so... Gargintius, you take 54 points of damage. As your defenses are overwhelmed by the snapping heads of the Hydra.
Okay. 118 minus 54, 64.
Okay. And that, as they say, is that. Brig, it is your action.
Well, sticking with the idea that if I stab this enough times, it has to die eventually, I will continue stabbing.
Or I'll die
All the
eventually.
dice.
I see an 18 in there.
Alright, Brig,
yeah.
after you slide your blade in, directly at the base of the tail into the spine of this Hydra, just super frustrated with the fact that you've stabbed it a bunch of times and it hasn't died yet, and that's not something that happens. The Hydra's body goes limp, and its heads fall to the floor in front of you, and its whole body falls to the floor. As its body falls to the floor, there's sort of a shimmering blur over its entire body, and you realize that you're basically standing on top of the rotting tail of a hydra. The whole thing is a corpse. And, like, not a corpse that you just freshly made. A corpse that has been dead for quite some time. But it is dead. It is lying on the ground. It is definitely dead.
Move my hex to the other Hydra.
Oh, no, not yet.
Except, not yet, yeah.
I was gonna say, we're not quite there yet. Brig,
You should
what
get
else
the
would you
song
like to
for
do on your turn?
everything that dies.
The small victories.
What else do I want to do here? I don't know. Move this way a little bit, and I am afraid to actually move up on that Hydra. He will bite me.
Shoot my pants!
I don't even
used my
think you can
action
see it
already.
through the fog.
He can't. He
Yeah,
can't see the
also-
pants through the fog.
Also, cloud kill.
Alright, you
Yeah,
don't shoot, you poke.
I think that's So speaking of shooting versus poking, I'm gonna let my daggers disappear into the interdimensional space that my glove sends them to, and pull out my bow.
Okay. Gargantius, your action.
Well, I will, I guess, try for the tail. Maybe the tail. Wait, I don't know if I was the reason it was growing more heads, or if it just, I don't know. I'm gonna feel like the thing that Brieg was doing was the right thing, and I'm gonna attack this Hydra from the back. And so,
Okay, as you
I
move
do.
into contact with it, it bites at you twice as you close distance with it, and you take 24 points of damage.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
We're gonna lose a Gargantia.
How much do you have?
Okay.
I can't see your health bar for some
I'm
reason.
gonna 40. Anyway, but that's one attack. That's two. I'm gonna hold the third, and for my bonus, I'm going to second wind. And can I do second wind and drink a health pot at the same time, or is that
No.
another?
No, drinking a health
No.
pot takes an action.
Okay. For some reason, I
okay,
thought
so-
it didn't. Why didn't it? I thought I had whatever. D10 plus I'm 14. 17. All right.
Okay, Havoc. It is your turn. At the start of your turn, can you roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please? I also
Me?
just realized we're way over time.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, we totally are.
We'd lost some time at the beginning, so I wasn't saying anything, but now we've made all of that back up. And are still
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Yeah,
And
so
then some.
I need Havoc to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, me.
Yes,
Uh,
because it is your turn.
reasonable at that one. Tries not to die. Ooh, does badly.
Havoc, the choking fumes overcome you, and you take 35 points of
Ouch.
poison damage.
Ow.
35 points of poison damage.
Why can't I click on my token? What is happening?
Because you're on the wrong doodad.
What?
Click back on the arrow.
Oh, I was on the
Does
measury guy.
Does
Yeah.
dwarven poison resistance only apply to ingested poisons?
I don't know. It's an interesting question.
I also have the artificer thing, which is for ingesting.
Yeah, the artificer thing's for ingesting.
Is there a dwarven poison?
I thought so. Let me look really quick. I thought there was. Dwarf traits. Dwarven resilience. You have advantage on saving throws against poison, and you have resistance against poison damage.
Oh.
Okay.
So do I
So
roll my
resistance
saving
is
throw
5
again?
less damage. Yeah. So roll your saving throw again.
That was not good enough, but better.
Yeah, still not good enough. But you only take 30 damage because you have resistance. So resistance is half for all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the resistance is supposed to be half damage.
Okay. Well, then you take half of 35, so 17 points of damage. Because I'm kind and will allow you to roll down.
Okay.
Allow you to round down, rather.
Yeah.
Harvey, what do you want to do with your actions?
But I'm not like impeded for motion or anything, right?
No, you just feel very queasy and stingy and... Yeah.
Okay. I want to make some clever quip, but I'm not feeling clever. I'm feeling like it's really late at night. So, something about how that smells like the inside of a dwarven something. Clever. And then we come, let's see, let's go, where was I? Here? Let's go the most... I guess I can get to around to the back there. We're going to come close in here and take our licks. I assume I get bit on a little.
Nope, because I've already taken my attacks of opportunity this turn.
He already used his reaction.
Beautiful! Great, I love not getting eaten. That's one of my favorite things.
The meat shield
Yeah, I'm a
has
bap
done
this
his
guy.
job.
Bap!
Okay.
And if that hits for really, really terrible damage, the real purpose there was to make this thing maybe not kill people next turn. Constitution DC 16.
Yeah, I think that this is the kind of enemy that you toss your frost grenade at, because every time you hit him, he gets more dangerous.
Right, yeah. So that's my frost grenade.
Okay, I save the stunning strike, but you do need to roll 2d6 for me, please.
Okay.
Okay.
I do get one more attack just because I do.
Alright.
And we
Make it
will-
happen.
We will bap him for slightly more damage.
Hopefully.
We're gonna bap him gently. Bap.
Yeah, you do not hit him successfully. Din, it is your action. What would you like to do?
Okay. There's poison
And
happening
we will
in this
wrap
yellow
up.
circle, right?
We'll wrap up at the end of the round, by the way. Like as in at the end of the initiative order.
Okay.
Din, what was the question?
There's something terrible happening inside this yellow circle over here, right?
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
yellow, cloudy, foggy. Gross.
Do
These
ghosts
folks are
care
all gonna
about
come in
breathing?
charge of this guy.
No.
Well, but they can take damage. What kind of are they in danger over here?
Poof, poof, poof.
in the cloud thing, you honestly don't know. They didn't feel
They're
in
leaving it.
danger. Okay.
They should bite the
Oh,
orb.
okay. Yeah, but I'm going to shoot the orb, and I'm going to let them bite the Hydra.
Okay.
It's really
What's
hard to
gonna
see the
happen?
orb. Like,
I'm
the only
shooting
thing
at his pants. Oh, I
it's
can't
very
see
hard
it.
to see his pants because of the fog.
Well, okay. Get back over there and bite an orb, you guys. I don't know what their attack is. Is it the same as my wolf attack?
It's the same as Arian's. Yep.
Okay. So they get a bite. And a bite. And a bite, because there's 3 of them.
Okay. As the wolves snap at the thing, Din, 2 of them sort of can't get a good grip on the sphere-y thingy that you've told them to bite. But the 3rd one gets a really good chunk out of it. And everybody hears, like, this ear-piercing sort of unearthly scream, like a banshee scream, which is really discomforting. Really discomforting. You don't know the origin of it. It just echoes and fills the chamber, but that's what you hear.
That's
That's
good.
unpleasant.
Is there a DC I have to roll?
Nope. Din, what else are you
This
doing?
guy. Nope. Yep. Okay. Hold on. Just one of you. Just one of you. This guy is coming back over here so they can be clever girls again. The other 2 are going to attack this Hydra, because why not? We just got some stuff to do. It's going to be great.
Oh, no.
Okay. They
This,
both bite the Hydra.
They probably miss. This force fieldy thing around Ye Olde King goes all the way around him.
It certainly does.
Oh, I should have drew it
So
the
those
whole
2
way.
wolves are just going to look menacing then. And are they like my wolves also in that if I tell them to attack a thing, I can't attack, or they get to attack and I get to attack?
They get to attack and you get to attack.
Yes. And I'm going to shoot the Hydra, because why not?
Also,
Okay.
if your wolves are just like back of the player head with wolves, they have advantage on attack rolls against creatures if at least one of their allies is within 5 feet of the creature, because pack tactics.
Pack tactics.
That is true. I should have mentioned that.
Pack tactics.
It's still very unlikely that the wolves would hit. Din,
Yeah,
you, however, hit
it's still roll
twice.
exceptionally well.
Oh, bad.
So, 34 points of damage. Okay. And that's it for your turn. So we're on to Tabern.
Alright,
And the
I'm going
last
to
action.
cast Fog Cloud and yell out to the Immortal King, say, "Can't cast spells at us if you can't see us, you immortal prick." And I will put a fog cloud all around the Immortal King so that he can't see us, we can't see him.
Okay.
Take away his line of sight.
You can't see me if I can't see you.
Pretty much.
All right. Okay. So,
So 20
yeah,
foot
excellent.
radius, 10 feet, yeah, just centered on him, around him.
Okay. It's the same size as this circle, which for some reason it wasn't letting me click on, but that's okay. So that's basically what's obscured right there. This fog is icky yellow fog, and this fog is just normal white cloudy fog. And are you doing anything else with your actions, Tavern?
Moving a little, and that's it.
Okay. All right, we are way over time, and I never like to leave things in the middle of a fight, but I think we probably should.
Yeah.
Because you guys have like real lives and real jobs and things.
I have a full day of work that starts in 3 hours, so...
Yeah.
Like that.
But if you want to see the thrilling conclusion to the fight against the Immortal King, then soon the next video will be up on YouTube, and hopefully the next session in a week. Are we good? Are we good in a week? Just real quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
For Twitch viewers?
I think so.
30th, I think so.
Let's just
Okay.
go with yes.
Okay, most likely in a week, we'll see the thrilling conclusion to the fight against the Immortal King. But if you're watching on YouTube, we'll see you next time. If you're watching on Twitch, we will probably talk to you for about 30 seconds after this cut. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.